always, guys, we'd love to hear your feedback. So let us know along the way which missions you all enjoy. Um, and yeah, that way we know going forward how to build out these release campaigns that we do. But anyways, let's go on into our next section, guys. As you know, our focus is to continue building this community, and guilds are just a cornerstone of what we're doing here. So I have a special guest with me today, well, with us today up on stage, um, introducing Cryptic Gaming Guild, or CGG. We're going to ask them a few questions about their guild and why they joined. How you doing today, Sarutobi?
Awesome, really good. Thanks for having us here today. Yes, we are arguably one of the older, long in the tooth Web3 gaming guilds. We've been in the space for quite some time. Originally in 2020, I've been kind of building guilds as many did in the Axie Infinity space, for better or for worse. It was great while it lasted. Still have some of those core players as part of the community. Arguably some of the most engaged Web3 users out there. Obviously, kind of hung in there throughout the years. Dabbled with a few different games here and there. I have plenty of dusty NFTs floating around from various games that haven't really kind of gone anywhere. But yeah, at the moment, kind of super active in Pixels, which is another Ronin-based game. Very different from Valannia, but I've always been a huge Diablo fan. I love a lot of RPGs, MMORPGs, and fantasy theme has always been a big thing for me. So I'm super excited to kind of get more deeply involved with Valannia, and obviously had some really awesome chats with Geronimo and Cal, and super excited to get the guild playing this game. And it seemed like obviously he's got a lot of vision around how guilds can be a core part of the Valannia experience. So yeah, really excited to see how things are going to progress in that regard. And just a super, I don't know, maybe give an additional bit of background on myself. Guilds are a huge thing for me. As mentioned, I was building guilds out in 2020 in Axie, but then I also joined YGG as head of partnerships in 2021, which was arguably, and still is arguably, the biggest Web3 gaming guild in the space. I spent a couple of years there, and I'd also scaled a number of guilds from them, and I advised some of their sub-DAOs as well, like OlaGG, which is the Latin American-focused sub-DAO for YGG. So yeah, guilds are a huge thing for me, and hopefully I can convince some of them to also maybe get involved with Valannia at some point as well, and we can really have some GVG action start happening.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we are super excited to have you, have your experience, and to be building alongside with us. Now, you spoke about those like dusty NFTs and projects that haven't really gone anywhere, and also what you guys are doing currently. So, where would you see kind of the current state of where we are within Web3 gaming, perhaps through the lens of guilds as well? And where do you think that we're headed?
Yeah, that's a really awesome question. I mean, I for one think that, we're a really kind of crucible point of where Web3 gaming is positioned to become like, truly mainstream with the advent of some like truly awesome games. I think like there are lots of gamers that are slowly but surely starting to play Web3 games without even truly realizing that they are playing Web3 games. We're starting to see lots of games that have been cooking for years finally launch. We are starting to see more games in the space again, hype and excitement, and we still haven't even really seen any one game kind of truly explode to massive proportions. And obviously, for better or for worse, a lot of this does go hand in hand with, the kind of market conditions as well. But I for one am like hugely bullish on Web3 gaming and the role that guilds play. I think we saw like a mass proliferation of guilds in the kind of 21 cycle. Many of those reached super high valuations. Many have died off or have pivoted to being a platform of some kind. Interestingly, in my opinion, as we start to see more and more Web3 games launch that require real communities of engaged players, I think the true original concept of what many guilds were trying to build back in the day will very much come to the fore again. And these could even be more kind of Web 2 in nature. So yeah, I definitely think guilds are going to be hugely important moving forward. I've kind of maintained that through the kind of bear cycle. I think a lot of people got very, very bearish around guilds because I think they were just assuming that like they were looking at guilds in the context of like, oh, isn't this just hordes of people from Philippines grinding play to earn games? It's like no. I think that guilds have been around for a very, very long time in gaming, full stop, and I think they're going to continue to be around for the rest of however long gaming will be around. And I think that in Web3 it's going to be arguably even more meaningful, considering how many games are going to be driven around like assets and owning assets and onboarding other users. So I definitely think guilds in Web3 are going to be hugely important moving forward. And I mean, it's one reason why I've made sure to kind of try and keep my gaming community on life support throughout the years. Hopefully those dusty NFTs will be able to come out of the closet sometime and actually make something interesting happen. And also one reason why we're kind of making sure to try and keep our finger on the pulse of the games that are most keen to embrace guilds within how they've designed the game.
Perfect. Oh man, that's such a great answer. And I know that like we all believe here that in the power of guilds, and also really want to pour it in and empower and invest as well with all of you. Now, what was it about Valannia specifically that caught your eye, and what do you as a guild hope to accomplish within the game?
Yeah, well, I would definitely say that it's the kind of I'm a big fan of the fantasy aesthetic. I think you guys have done a good job designing like a variety of races, keen to kind of build a community inside the game. Obviously, it's always cool to see communities grow organically within a gaming environment, and definitely I think obviously if there are treasures and riches to be found as well, that's always great as well. Obviously one of the kind of core reasons I'd mentioned pixels there earlier, and even though I've kind of made some kind of return on investment for pixels, to be honest with you, it's not been massive and it's not like a hugely profitable game, but many of the community really enjoy playing it, and one of the reasons why I've kind of invested a bit into it is just actually to just give the community something to do. So fingers crossed that with a game like Valannia, that's going to again kind of give a deeper gaming experience that the community will enjoy, and that can enjoy collectively together. And again, I think definitely, I've been a huge like Lord of the Rings fan. Loved Diablo 2. I played Diablo 2, as many did. Played a little bit of Diablo 3, not so much, but completed Diablo 4 there recently as well. But obviously loved the fantasy aesthetic as well. So super excited to see how you guys build out the universe.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely going to be exciting, and I know we have a lot of members here today. Where can they find your guild or more information about what you're doing?
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a few of the members in the audience. Perhaps one of them can drop an invite to the Discord server. I'll just get one of them to do that there now. So we've obviously got our Discord. We're in the process of hopefully jumping into more games as well. So please feel free to jump in, say hey. If anyone has any interesting idea for collaborations from other guilds as well, awesome to do that. Would be awesome to get some Valannia GVG action or collaboration going. Maybe we can team up on some of the other guilds and take all their stuff. I don't know. But we've also got a presence on Twitter. To be quite honest with you, I had kind of taken the foot off the pedal a tiny bit with regards to the guild throughout the kind of time that I was at YGG. I'd kind of scaled up a couple of guilds during that time, but got just so busy that I'd kind of stopped being as massively active, and then kind of over the kind of bear cycle was able to kind of find some additional time to kind of bring things back a little bit more. And now with the kind of upswing in the market, really hoping to kind of make CGG a meaningful participant in the Web3 gaming guild landscape.
Awesome, guys. Well, that's all the questions I have. I don't know if anybody from the team wants to say something or has any questions, but as we continue through the assembly, guys, if you have anything for CGG, please just drop it in the chat and we'll try to answer as we go. But thank you so much for joining us here on stage for this assembly.
Oh, hey, sorry, my audio cut there for a minute. Can you say that again? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. So if anyone from the community has any questions, I'll have them drop it in the chat here. But I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on and explaining what you do and for your time.
No, absolutely, a pleasure to be here, and obviously maybe in future as the interesting politics of a game like this evolve, we can have some other kind of fun evenings and get the more of the community involved, and excited to see what we can make happen in Valannia.
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I think we're gonna have some very fun guild action here not too long.
Thank you very much, Saru.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome, guys. Well, here it is. Next steps. So we're going to kind of get into a little bit here of what's next for Valannia. I know a lot of you guys have been dropping the one adventure when crafting. So we are going to address a bit of that here. And then shortly after this section, we'll be joined by another special guest here. So, all right. I just want to let you guys know to keep your eyes out because the next month is filled with new releases and exciting news. We're going to have partnerships, work in progress, releasing like every week, videos from the team, and much, much more. We're really ramping up. It's going to be an exciting month, exciting summer, really. And guys, again, any feedback along the way, we truly appreciate it. Now, our next release is Adventure, as you guys all know. But actually, let's start by discussing Dawn of Heroes Crafting, which we've kind of tentatively said is going to be released by the end of this year, but we'll see. In the coming days, we'll share more information about professions in this game. Okay. And I have the pleasure of sharing some alpha with you. And I'm going to be naming some of these professions along with some items that go along with these professions. All right. So the first profession I'm going to reveal is blacksmith. And I know many of you guys already know this was coming, especially those of you who have chosen the human race because they have a buff in this profession. But again, I mean, obviously this profession is going to handle forging and tool creation. Okay. Profession number 2 is going to be named artisan. And they're going to create things like rope and cloth and other crafty items. It's a super fun profession. It actually became like one of my favorite as I was reading through it, guys. So yeah, keep an eye out for that if you like working with those kind of items. The next is jewelry. And of course, you Faerun fans out there will love those. We also have leatherworking and alchemy, which is a Larathi specialty. Now, I am going to reveal 2 resources from the upcoming crafting game. Are you guys ready? I need some theory crafters after this. The first one is a material called cron scale. The second one is an element called mirror mist. 2 super cool names. I'm excited to get into game and actually use some of those. So yeah, stay tuned for that. There's going to be a document that's going to be dropping, guys. Yeah, awesome. Now moving on for the when gameplay, people. I know we've been waiting. Just a little bit of history though to really paint the picture. For those of you guys who have joined us recently, Valannia launched actually on August 28th, 2023. So we're not even a year old yet. And we have some awesome stuff dropping for you, including a first video of a 1 versus 1 arena match. That is coming soon. You're going to see 2 players battling it out. Who are these 2 players, do you guys think? Let me see them in chat. Who are going to be the 2 players in our first video? Craig says Calinacho. Kazuya says Calinacho. Nacho's like, nah. Okay, guys, we are going to get to see a 1v1 of Call and Manu. All right. And they'll be performing this test. One will be repping the Glorb race, the other the Faerun race. And I think this is going to be an awesome moment. What do you think, Pri?
I think it's going to be really, really fun. I'm actually really going to enjoy this. So let's jump into who Manu is, because I know some people don't know who he is, and he's actually our co-founder and lead developer. He's been present in most assemblies, like he's always around somewhere in the shadows, but he's there. And you can also find more information about him on our website. He has an absolutely amazing career. He's also an amazing person, and he's really, really nice. So he's with us today, and you're welcome. He's saying thank you in the chat. So yeah, he's with us today, and welcome. How are you doing today, Manu?
Hey, thank you for having me. Please, thank you very much to tell me that things. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here after some time. As you can see, I've been in the shadow, as you have said. But I read everything of you guys. I read each tweet, and I have to say that, guys, you're awesome. All your tweets, all your encouragement messages means a lot to the team and to us. And yeah, please stay tuned, because you will see a lot of these things. As Aaron said, this summer is gonna be really hot, and you will see a lot of things in this in upcoming weeks. So yeah, really excited to be here. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, this summer is gonna be intense. We're gonna have just stay tuned to our social medias, because we do have a lot planned. So I think this is gonna be the most asked question. Who do you think is gonna win? You or Cal?
Oh, come on. You have to ask it. I mean, it is obvious, right? I won't tell anything, but for me, it is really, really obvious.
You guys are very hardcore gamers. So what happens if you lose, Manu? What are you gonna do?
Nah, it won't happen. It won't happen.
I love it. Okay, amazing. So, another question that really appears a lot is when adventure, when staking, why is adventure important? And actually, what is adventure for?
Whoa, the coming question. Well, I think it is important to divide the answer in a few things. First, what is adventure? Well, adventure is a way to the players to have a chance to interact with their NFTs. In our case, with the heroes NFTs. As you can see, you fairly know, we released the minted last month, and we had a really, really huge amount of heroes minted, which is really cool. I mean, for me, it is amazing the trust that the community has on us. But at the end of the day, they have the NFT and they are not able to interact with that. And that was something that we really wanted to give to our community really soon. An adventure is one way to do it. People will be able to send their heroes to say an adventure, and in that adventure, their heroes will obtain experience points. Those experience points will, of course, like in any RPG, good RPG, will be used to level up their heroes, and the higher the level, of course, the more powerful that hero will become. But that's not all. Also, in their adventures, the players will be able, or they will have a chance of obtaining some NFTs, which are called gems, and those gems will be used for crafting the weapons of their heroes and much more that we will tell afterwards in the upcoming weeks. So that's maybe the second reason that we wanted to create Adventure, to give more interaction and leveling up and creating value around those assets. And I mean, more or less that's the key. More important thing is that level will be important, not only for giving value to the assets, and this is important. Level is important because the heroes will need to be at a certain level in order to use the Taizen machine in crafting. So if you don't have your hero in a good level, you won't be able to craft anything, and you will have to train your hero in the adventures. And they will have the chance to of course airdrop those gems that will be used also in the Tixen machine. So this is important. Adventure is a way to increase your value, but also it is a must if you want to keep playing with your heroes in the upcoming game, which is version, which is crafting.
That's really interesting. Thank you for clarifying that, because I do know that many people did have a lot of doubts and questions about that. So, jumping on to another question is, what can you tell us about the development of Valannia? Can you give us some insight into what is being worked on right now? Like maybe a little alpha or a tweak of something?
Do we have enough time for that? I mean, the team has been working really, really hard in a lot of different scenarios. Of course, one scenario, our main scenario, is Valannia Arena. The team has been working really hard on implementing new things on the programming side. Now, maybe some of you know, because we told it in another assembly and also in tower meeting and also in AMAs, but Valannia will have or present best of 3 gameplay, which means that you will be able to have 3 rounds, and each round you will be able to change your team abilities, your combat unit abilities. More like if you have played poker before. In poker, you have to think on, okay, my enemy has these cards, I think, I have a feeling that my enemy has these cards, so I will have to equip another cards in order to counter that. But of course, your enemy also thinks that, and that kind of of thinking of what my enemy has and what do I have and what he thinks that I have, that kind of gameplay we wanted to create it with a best of 3 game, and also giving the players the ability to change the combat units abilities between each match, between each round. And this is something that we have been implementing in Valannia Arena. I have to tell you, it is already implemented, and it is really fun. You will see it in our special match between Cal and me. That's one thing that we have implemented really hard, the team. I am really glad of the work that our team has done. But also we have more characters. I'm pretty sure that the community has seen all those work in progress tweets that we have been releasing, and we will be releasing very constantly each week. And you have seen the illumination. You have seen also more characters, Glor, all of those things you will be able to see live in this 1v1 match. And of course, we have already implemented in Valannia Arena. And we have also changed a bit the level. You will see that the level is much more wider in order to have a more intense and deep match between or fight between the 2 teams. And also, I don't know if this was already told. We already told it in the previous assembly, but I can. Well, it is not bad to recall it. We want this match, these rounds, to be like around 10 minutes to 12 minutes. In order to do that, we have already also implemented what is called a death zone, which will be used in order to collapse the battle in the middle, just right in front of that big statue that it is in the middle of the level. And that sounds really much more like the old Fortnite. As you know, I worked by Fortnite several years, And that was something that for me, it was really fun to implement. And I wanted to implement it also in Valannia, because it creates this kind of, okay, you have this strategy, but you cannot be hidden forever and just trust that your enemy won't find you. If you keep hidden forever, then that death zone will kill you. And that's something that we have already also implemented in Valannia Arena. But of course, that's only for Valannia Arena. We have also worked on our web and also in the app. Our team has been working really hard to provide a much more better experience in our DApp. The DApp is much responsive. We still have to work more, but we are working that 2.0 market and DApp of Valannia. Of course, the community knows it. We have already implemented the ranking, and for me, it was really impressive to see a lot of people in the top and having a lot of assets in our ranking. By the way, if you don't have it or you haven't done yet, you have to, or you can change your profile in order to see your race and your USDCs and your value in the ranking. But also, we are working in implementing one more implementation for the profile, which is now or in the upcoming weeks. The users will be able to put on their profile picture an NFT that they hold. Like for instance, if I have, I don't know, a Melisandre in my place, I can put my Melisandre as my profile picture. And not only that, if my Melisandre say has a Valannium frame, your frame will be Valannium. That is something that it is we wanted to implement it soon, but we thought that maybe ranking was first, and then having the ability to change your profile picture would be cool. So you will have it really soon. The implementation is already done, so please wait patiently, but it will come really soon. Also, let me think. We have already been working in the to making the market more reactive, as I told you before. But also, this is something that a lot of people was waiting for. We're working on the mobile version. Soon, you will be able to interact with our marketplace and the DApp via your smartphone. Yeah, I know. I know. People saying that will be so sick. You will see. And I'm the first person that I want this to be working. I'm very aware of you guys that you don't want to, or some of you don't want to go to your PC and interact with Valannia. Some of you want just to be sitting and just take your phone. You will be able to do it really soon. By the way, also, now since we had a really interesting chat about guilds right before, we are starting working on the implementation of guilds. You will be able to invite people to your guild, also create a guild, also send messages, put some news, of course see the level of your guild, everything inside on our DApp. And one more thing that we've been working on, of course, is adventure. When adventure? Well, soon. We have been working really hard on it. Actually, we have started with our testing process, so I calculate that you will be able to keep or start sending your heroes to the adventures really soon. I don't know. I could keep talking a lot, but I think more or less that's our review of what we have been working on this month. So please keep stay tuned. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you, Manu. And I do want to ask you about Valannia World.
Oh, Valannia World.
Yeah, because you've spoken a lot about arena and about adventure, but you haven't really mentioned much about Valannia World, and I think that's going to be pretty nice and interesting and fun.
This question is really interesting, and sure. Let's use some minutes to speaking about that. Well, we know that Valannia is being developed in two parts, right? And that this is because Valannia World is like our main goal the almighty MMO RTS in Unreal Engine 5 with a deep PvP, which is a mix between a MOBA and RTS, which is exactly Valannia Arena, and also a very deep crafting system, quest, open world, evolving open world actually, and that is Valannia World. The main goal is to be there, right? But in order to go there, the one of the reasons that we wanted to create Valannia Arena is exactly that. It is okay, Valannia Arena, we can create it in soon, as Aaron said before, fairly said before. We only have been in around 10 months of development, and we will see really soon a 1v1 from starting to end match, which means that Valannia Arena is right in the corner, and you will see it really soon. Valannia Arena is a way to experience the PvP that you will experience inside of Valannia World, but also Dawn of Heroes Adventure, Dawn of Heroes, crafting. That's one thing that, as I said before, a way to give the players an opportunity to interact with NFTs and also with the deep economy that we want to create inside of Valannia World. Actually, in Dawn of Heroes, we want the players to interact with the heroes while we keep developing Valannia World. But down the road, let me tell you this, and maybe this is a bit of spoiler, but we've discovered that adventure. Adios. Oh, sorry, it got turned off. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, sorry. That adventure and also crafting is really deep. And down the road, we discovered that this has a lot of potential. So much potential that even calling them just adventure or calling them crafting, for us is too naive. Like, really, I have to tell you guys, really, really naive. Stay tuned on this one, because Dawn of Heroes is just a name that makes no sense for the huge thing that we want to create with adventure and crafting. So please stay really tuned on this one these weeks, because it will blow your mind what we have to show to you.
Okay, Manu, give us a date. When adventure? When adventure?
Okay, one adventure. I cannot spoil that much, because my marketing team, I think it will kill me if I give an exact date. But let me give you a range at least, and the range is between 2 weeks and 4 weeks. You will have it for sure between 2 weeks and 4 weeks, and that's something like the only thing I can tell you. Sorry for that, but please stay tuned, because as I said before, there is a lot of things when we are going to release this month. A lot of things that you don't expect at all. So please stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, I know what's coming, and I'm actually very, very excited. I really wish that you guys could see the planning that we have for you guys. And it's gonna be amazing. So yeah, thank you, Manu, for
Absolutely.
joining us today and for
No, thank
giving
you
us a
too.
lot of insight. If you guys have any questions for Manu, you can just drop them in the
Sure.
chat, and you can also let us know who it's actually for, because we also have Carl as usual for our Q&A. So today we have both founders. Like, this is amazing. How lucky are we?
Hello. Nice to listen you guys. The whole assembly is really good to have this team on board, and I have to tell that Manu is doing amazing. He's behind every development in Valannia, guys. You have to understand he's working on the website, in Unreal 5. He's leading every team that we have inside the project. So yes, I have to give a huge shout out to Manu here, because he's doing an amazing job. Yeah. So yes, also one thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that we talk. I listened. I think Pris was mentioning the guilds, and you have to know that we are going to release guilds soon, and with that we are going to release the scrolls. And for the scrolls, we won't say many things now. Obviously, you can ask later if you want. If you wanna raise your hand, you can doing it. You can do it now if you want. And yes, for the scrolls, we are thinking in releasing them and have it on the market just for a period of time. Like we don't know yet, but maybe some weeks or at least maybe a month. And yes, to leave it open for some specific weeks, and maybe the ones we don't sell, if we don't, we will burn the scrolls out. And I don't know if you guys know, but the scrolls are really interesting for guilds, because they have for example, let's say you are buying one human scroll, you will have many different things regarding to this attached to these NFTs. And for example, this human scroll, I told you, you will receive every combat unit of the human race, including a Colossus, which is really really rare. Some collectibles, guild banner, and also for me the most important thing is that you will receive a mystic land of the human race. Okay, and this is really important to point, guys, because we won't release and we won't be selling mystic lands again. This will be the only chance for everyone to buy a mystic land. And the discount and the prices for the scrolls will be different, because the combat units of every race are different, and they have different supply and they have different prices also. So each race will have different scroll prices. Okay, so we will do like a huge discount. It will be the prices for the scroll, it will be around 50% discount of the combat units that the scrolls gives you. And then we will add like a reward for free, let's say, for free, this mystic land. So the opportunity is really good. And I wanted to mention that be prepared, guys, because we are going to release the scrolls close to the release of the guilds, and we will have this month many things happening. I think this month we will announce like 2 or 3 partnerships, maybe also one advisor, and we are moving really hard from starting next month. And yes, will be a pleasure to show you how can I beat Manu in 1v1 in arena.
Oh, you can dream. You can dream.
Oh my god, it's heating up. Okay, so guys, God, come on, this was not planned. Like, you need to let us know that you're going to talk about this, because I'm actually very surprised, because we were not going to talk about the scrolls today. So, guys, congratulations, you've just gotten a lot of information that was not planned to give out yet. So that was really good. Yeah, free alpha. Okay, so we do have a few questions that came via Twitter. The first one was from Tardun. Have you lined up any collabs to get the mint number going again?
Yes, absolutely. You will see, like, starting next couple of weeks, we have like different guilds joining Valannia. For example, today CGG joined Valannia, and we have 2 more guilds joining, and they are buying actually, or planning to buy a lot of heroes. And yes, as I mentioned before, this month we will have many different announcements regarding partnerships, regarding marketing advisors, and many different verticals. Also, we will be showing you guys arena, for example, and other things I don't wanna spoil now. But yes, we are starting moving forward this next week, let's say. Okay, so you will see good stuff.
That's really good. So we do have another question from Magnus. And will it be released for phones? Because the population that uses MMO games is, in some larger cases, those on PC and consoles. Do you plan for the game to be played on those devices only?
No. Crafting, which is our browser game, will be playable obviously in mobile phone, and this is why, as Manu mentioned, that we are adding a lot of depth in this game. So for us, I think that crafting can be himself like one game, so we are working a lot in the different verticals of this game, the browser game, and we will have this first version, as you know, this Q4, and we will be releasing like expansions for the browser game. We will be adding, after the crafting thing, we will be adding PvP with obviously PvP and the the building of castles in the map, and things like that. And then we will have a next expansion, which is the that we will, let's say, allow the people to discover new lands in the map of Valannia. And also, I don't know if you mentioned that, Manu, but we are working on the Valannia map, and you will love it, guys. You will really, really love it.
Oh,
But yes,
absolutely.
the short question is yes. We will have the crafting available for mobile version.
Amazing. Arrow Droxis. What sets I think this question is really, really good. What sets Valannia apart from other RTS and MMO games, and what would you say would be the definitive feature that will make Valannia disrupt Solana GameFi?
Okay, I will jump into this one too. First of all, we are mixing games in our MMO, starting by the browser game. This browser game is something, and you will see this, guys. You will see this Q4. You will see mechanics that you don't see in other games, in other MMOs or PS. And this is the first thing. We are, adding some mechanics from different games that we played in the past, because, guys, we are gamers before developers. And this is the first vertical. And then, as you know, our ambition is not to be just a game. We want to be a game that mixes the gameplay with the real world, and this is why we plan to add businesses and companies in our world, doing like and creating this solid economy, real economy, with and merging it with a virtual game. So this is our ambition. This is what we are doing, and you will see this starting this year, as I mentioned, in the browser game in Q4.
Super amazing. So we have 2 more questions from Discord. The first one is from Tardun. When will you mint the rest of the rings, and will there be any priority to ensure that that the people playing get a chance at them before the open market? For example, if you hold 10 or more heroes, will you get a whitelist for a ring?
To be honest, I don't have an answer for this one. And Tardun, we are completely open for suggestions, and obviously not just from you. I mean, the whole community. Feel free, guys, to drop your ideas regarding this topic. We are completely open.
Yeah, you can always pop them in the channel suggestions channel, and we'll check those out. And then the last one from Discord is from Kitty. How much more? By what factor? Times 2, times 3, times 5, etc. Will the higher rarity heroes stake? Mine more during adventures. Stake or mine more during adventures.
I don't got this one. Sorry, can you repeat, please?
The rarity of the heroes during the staking.
Yeah.
How much more will they be able to mine, to stake, and if they will have a priority because of the rarity?
Not at all in right now, because if we do that, it will be a pay to win. And as you know, guys, we want Valannia to be fair for everyone. So we are not doing this for the staking, but we will mention some improvements in gameplay, but small things for these for the rarities. And we wanted, as you know, that the borders be like an exclusive thing that differentiates you from the rest of the players, like an skin. And this is really cool because I don't know exactly how many blue borders we have right now, but I think it's 2, 3, 4 at least, at max, I mean. And if we reach our objectives and our goals for this, it will be something like really, 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 really special. And I love that, since as I mentioned, we are gamers, and we like this kind of things. So yes, regarding the staking, no, we are in equal conditions for everyone. Obviously, if you have more heroes, you can stake more, but not regarding the rarity.
Super. And then we do have a few questions. We have 3 questions that have been repeatedly asked in the recent weeks. The first one is, what benefit will there be to having more heroes?
Okay, this one is really good. And I will drop an alpha here. Should
Another
I, Manu?
one. Guys, you are being really lucky today.
No, yes, I will drop it. Maybe Manu kills me later, but
Okay.
no, in the browser game, for example, okay, you will be able to play with more than one hero. So this is something really cool because it will add depth to the gameplay, and it's something you will love, guys, because as at the moment we tested that and we saw that the answer for us, because we are always testing and improving things, we said yes, we need to do this because the gameplay will be like much funny. And yes, for that reason, I think it's good to have more than one, for example. And obviously, I know that many of you guys have more than one hero. I don't know, 5, 10, 20. I saw people with 100 heroes. And obviously, if we reach our goals as we want, and we starting next week, we will have more members in the community joining, and obviously the next steps will be selling out every hero. So this is a really good opportunity for everyone that is supporting the project in these stages, because obviously our idea is to grow a lot. And yes, I feel that it's a really good opportunity. And obviously, if you own like more heroes now, you will level them up, and it won't be easy to level up. So you will have, for example, a hero level 10 is not the same than a hero level, I don't know, 3. So the price I expect to be different for those heroes. And obviously, in the time you are leveling up the heroes, you will receive gems, which are NFTs, and obviously you will be able to at the beginning sell them or save them for the crafting, which is actually the MMO, obviously, to crafting and progress in the different professions.
And can they be from the same race? Well, sorry, can they be from different races?
What do you mean?
The heroes, if you have more than one hero, if you have 10 heroes, will you be able to play with different races?
In crafting, not. In the browser game, you will have to choose a race, But in arena, you will be able to play with any race and any hero and any hero, obviously. And as I mentioned, obviously the guilds have only one race. But another alpha is that we are thinking in the future to have alliances that are from different races, but obviously different guilds.
I think alliances are going to be really cool. And then another question that has popped up in Discord the past few weeks and has also popped up today is, can I lend heroes to another wallet? And can you talk about scholarships a little bit more?
Yes, in this moment I can tell you more, guys, regarding this point, because we are studying right now and thinking with the team, because we obviously have different options to onboard this specific topic. But obviously we haven't choose at the moment. We didn't choose the way to implement that. We have different options, and we are thinking at this moment. But yes, as I mentioned, we will have scholarships, but I can tell you more right now.
Amazing. And then we have the last question of the day that is from Kriggs, and it is, will there be different heroes for each race in the future?
What he means, I mean, different heroes of this OG collection. You mean, Kriggs? I see you are in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat. If you could specify. No, not OG.
You mean different heroes, right? Yeah, okay, I understand. Sorry. Obviously, we can't commit with this one right now. We have in mind, obviously grow the community a lot. But I can tell you that in the lore team, they have them made. So we have more heroes. In the lore of Valannia, we have more heroes. And Antonius, which is here right now, he showed me like crazy stuff that I would love to release, but obviously we have to focus. And obviously, regarding this topic, for us, if we release more heroes, it will be attached to the to the demand. Obviously, we won't release heroes because we have to see more community coming, and obviously, if we see that and we don't have more heroes, this is something we can do, obviously, but we have to do things with mind, and this is a movement we can do, but based on the economy of the game, and obviously looking forward your money, guys, and your investment, obviously.
That's amazing. Well, thank you very much for your time and for responding to all these questions. It has been quite a few today, and I'm really happy that the questions start popping up, because it means that we are moving along the timeline, and that makes me really, really happy. So yeah, thank you, Nacho. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Manu. Thank you, Carl. And thank you, everyone else, for being here today. As mentioned, tomorrow, well, maybe today or maybe tomorrow, we're not 100% sure yet, you will be having the Valannia Herald, so you guys can recheck all the information that has been given today. And yeah, thank you, everyone, and we will see you in some days.
Thank you very much, guys. A pleasure to be here, and a pleasure to share the improves with you. And yes, see you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
You're awesome. See you in the next one.
And bye, guys. As usual, if anyone wants to reach out, you can always reach out to us directly or via tickets or chats or whatever. So have a lovely weekend. Bye, guys.